I'm gonna start my speech in 3, 2, and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, panels, why hacking as a legal form of protest this will be a bad idea if we apply it in society. I will explain it later in my argument, but first thing first, I will give the definitions about hacking and protest. Hacking is breaking some security, mostly in a website or platform to get some important data, like for example, like some private data. And the process itself very often happen if people or society is not satisfied with something that they think it will bring more harm than good for them. And then the second thing that I want to talk about is the contextualizations about the protests. The protests that very often happen in a developed country, but we aware that every country, even in advanced country, have some protests, but the volume or the amount of protests is so little. Not in every developed country that everything is still growing up and it's apparently still unstable for the people and also for the government to stabilize every sector in their country, and sometimes the policy to stabilize it can harmful for the society, and being said that the society doing protest against the policy and the rules. So that's why this contextualization is important towards this debate. And what is the burden of proof that we want to prove? That we in this debate that we want to prove that hacking is not the way to protest against some things that the people or society is not satisfied with and become the legal form of protest. And it's not a good idea, and I think it will be a crazy idea if it will be as a legal form of protest. And especially when we talk about in developed country, it's really hard to see hacking will be great idea to be a new form of protest. And then the second and then I will explain it to my argument why we still agree with this motion that this halt would prevent hacking as a legal form of protest. The first thing first that I want to talk about is we should know what is the purposes of the hacking itself. The purpose of hacking is to to find every possible entry to breach the system and to get illegal information in the web, or even to break and disturb the system itself. And then we should also know what is the purposes of the protest that the society or the people is make towards the government or towards the company, that they think that every rule that they faces, it will be bring more harm than good for them. We should know what is the purpose of the protest. The people do the protest itself because the purpose is to challenge or to ask the rule or the policy, is it good enough for the society, is it bring more good than harm for the society. So they want to ask the government or the company or the leader of the nations, is it a good rule or not for the society, is it bring more harm or good for society. So they want to challenge the government or the company or the leader. They want to ask the leader of the government, the leader of the nation or the government itself. So that is the purposes of the protest. And let's see why the hacking itself is bring more harm than good. In the current status quo, hacking itself just only about get some private or sensitive informations. For example, in the current status quo, we see a lot of cybercrime happen because of the hacker doing some hacking towards some company or even a secret document of the nations. For example, in the German police get hacked by the hacker, that their document that includes some private data in it, like the addresses, handphone number, even their family, is being exposed by the hacker and using it to attack some individual that they think is not good enough for them. So that show to us why this hacking stuff is not good for the society itself, because the first thing, they can easily threaten the subjects that they thought is harm to them by unveil their private data. If it's happened in the current society, I believe this will bring more harm because there is no more privacy. Every people they can easily threaten them by using this hack stuff to threaten them to get every possible benefit they can get. And there are no possible there are not possibly discussion, or there will not. The second thing that will happen is erase the philosophy of discussions, because they will take shortcut to take every possible benefit they can get. For example, if we can discuss some problem, we can be search for a win-win solution for both of the subjects. For example, the government and the people. If some rule is not good, that the society think that it will bring more harm than good, so they can ask the society, they can ask the government, sorry, to make the change towards the rule, and it will be a win-win solution for them. But if the hacking stuff is a legal form of protest, I believe every society in this current status quo will be using some kind of hack to threaten the government, that they will expose, they will unveil every member of the government about their privacy, about their family, about their address, so they can easily threaten and get every possible benefit they can get. So I think this is not only for the protest towards the government, but in every society or every people mindset, it will change itself. They can easily they can easily make a crime towards the people, because I think this is the moral disturbance for the people itself. We have to respect each other privacy, and we have to respect each other life. We cannot threaten them like that to get some kind of benefit towards some people itself. So instead doing a hack to do a protest, I'm still not sure, and this the idea will work, that everyone cannot make sure that this thing will going work, and how the mechanism is gonna work. And also by using hack can be serious problem, that is cyber crime that already happened. So from the argument above, we are very proud to propose.